All right, so in this video, we're gonna be putting the K-member in the car. I've honestly never put a tubular K-member in one of these cars before, so I mean, it's pretty straightforward for the most part, but the biggest thing is getting the engine supported. So I have that done right now, and I actually typically support or lift my engines by the headers if they're already on, so it's usually not a problem. I'm not telling you guys to do that because, you know, you could mess something up, but that's the way I like to do it, so you choose to do it ever how you want to. This is our K-member. This is a UPR K-member right here, and A-arms. We got coilovers for the rear, which are irrelevant for this video. And anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So Andrew and Hunter should be here pretty soon. I'm gonna go ahead, lift the car up, and see what we got. So there are a few things underneath the car that are gonna have to be done first. Obviously, we're gonna start by taking the wheels off. Then we're basically gonna remove our spindle, which is not a huge problem. We have to remove this, and we're just gonna basically slide it out of the way if we can for now. It's not a ton of work. I mean, it is. It's definitely gonna be a long process. But anyway, that's where we're at right now. So we're gonna go ahead, get started on this thing, and I'll pick back up with you as soon as they get here.
I've been through some struggle and never asked for a handout. I try to be the best I can be, but that plan never pans out. I'm on the road to some riches. They tell me, bro, you gon' make it. But what if I don't believe it? I'm trying to find one my faith. When I pray to God that he's near me, I pray so hard that he hears me. But sometimes he don't respond. It makes me feel he don't feel me. I feel some fear and some fury. It's like I'm scared and I'm pissed. Is this what you calling life? If so, then life's a bitch.
Jesus Christ. All right, well, as you can see, we got everybody in the house. Finally, you guys saw the time lapse. Where were they at? I don't know.
Working.
Like 4 hours late, so.
I don't think so.
So we're gonna go ahead and get this K-member out. So hopefully we don't drop it on our faces, our foots, or anything else. But should have everything out. I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing out of the way if possible. Just kind of hold that A-arm and kind of rotate it back a little bit. See if we can get this out. Andrew, if you'll, all right, you get this. Kind of pull back a little bit.
I mean, it pulled back.
Yeah, and then we're gonna start easing her down. All right, we gotta make sure that steering sector is out. Andrew, you just lower the jack, Andrew.
Now you lower this one?
Yep, just twist it, and Hunter's gonna make sure it goes through. Twist it.
Oh.
All right, let it roll. Go ahead and let it down.
It took all this time. I've been here 20 minutes, and now they think.
See, you know, I already knew Andrew's gonna have something to say.
Where's all your gloves at?
Right here on my hands. Would you like to share one? See if you can get your hand in there with me.
I'm good.
Ain't enough room. My hands are too big. All right. Excuse me now. This is what Andrew likes. See, you can always.
Dude, leave me alone.
Hey man, how you gonna mess up the brutal hat? You already got oil and grease and shit all over it.
Yeah,
you do.
It's all over the front of it.
Yeah. What kind of hat is that you got?
What?
Not a brutal hat.
I ain't got one.
Give me some cash.
You got PayPal?
I got Cash App.
I don't use Cash App.
You saving this for later?
Oh yeah, that was my extra plug right there that I was gonna use. Yeah, what kind of plug is this? Let's see. This is an auto. We're gonna do a little bit of cleaning. Let's go ahead and roll this thing out. Get it out of the way. We're gonna do some cleaning, some spray painting, and got some motor mount issues.
Yeah,
Here,
we
love.
pulled out a little piece of it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and clean this stuff up, and we'll get back up with you guys once we start putting it back in. Oh.
I remember when times were hard for me. I remember when I found it hard to sleep. I was giving up, I had to give it up. up, I had to give it everything I gotta get to get a little push. How you feel? Say so. Tell me how you feel. Say so. Oh, you been through war? Really? Just like me? How's it feel, huh? Yo, R-E-D-V-E-T-S next to me. I got you covered if you got me.
All right, so Bean, what are you doing to him?
He blamed me for sniffing his neck. So
All right, so we got the K-member in. This is a really simple process. I mean, once you take your old K-member out, you literally just kind of put this up, and the biggest thing is just make sure that your steering rack goes through here. Other than that, though, it's pretty simple. So we got all the bolts started right now, and we're just going to start reassembling everything. So what I'll probably do is just set up a time lapse over here, and we'll just run through the installation of this, and then I'll come back and we'll do what we always do. We'll cover any problem areas for you guys if we run across any, but right now it should be pretty straightforward. Once we tighten all this stuff up, it should be good.
Walk like I built this town. Steps so light, I barely touch the ground. Everybody wants to know how. Brick by brick, I put them in the ground. Walk like I built, walk like I built this. I do it for my people, family business, and everybody wants to know how. Take a good look, you are now witness.
Wake up, it's a brand new day. I got a fresh breath and a full plate.
K-member wasn't too bad. So let's talk about some of the problem areas that we had. The first thing that we found was right here. So that's your steering rack right back there, and it actually came in contact with the K-member, so we had to notch it a little bit. I'm trying to get you guys a good shot of it, but yeah. Anyway, right up in there is where it touched. So that was the first issue. Not too big of a deal. We notched it out and seems to be working pretty good. Let's see what else. These bolts are entirely too long right here. So for right now, we just got some washers back here until we can come up with a shorter bolt. So that's something that we're gonna have to address. The driver's side motor mount. You see how close it is to the lines right here? That was a pain. I mean, that really was. We ended up having to get a wrench on it and tighten it up most of the way. Other than that, everything went pretty good. Y'all agree? Well, was there any other issues?
Not really.
no.
Look, man, he's just stupid.
I was just talking to the camera and that stuff.
So it looks pretty good. It does give you a good bit more room. So if you guys are wondering, you know, how much more room a K-member gives you, this is probably about the best shot to really explain that, because if you think about it, you can't see this motor mount on your regular K-member. None of this is open up through here. So we weren't able to get anything else put on tonight, but we're gonna do the rear suspension. We've got the coilovers, we've got the upper and lower control arms, and we've got the torque box reinforcements. Also, we gotta order the 35 spline axles. That's gonna come a little bit later, probably next month, but we will get those here pretty soon. Anyway, everybody's tired. Look at Andrew. Andrew's tired.
I was praying.
He's praying. Yeah, he's praying on getting his ass with his green car. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. And as always, thanks for watching. So I thought I'd take you guys down the road real quick to let you know how the car's doing as far as like any rubbing issues, anything like that. So far, so good. The chattering that you hear is the cutout down there. But guys, so far, so good on this thing. It's not acting crazy. It's not making any noises. Look at that. No rubbing up front, none of that. So there's some cops sitting up here, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video short. I don't wanna be filming, but just know that everything is working great with the car, and we'll do a final wrap up on it and review coming soon. I think the K-member in this car is actually shifted to the back. There's a little bit of movement in these K-members, and it has shifted to the back ever so slightly. So this wheel always rubs on the inside here. You can see where the paint's missing. I've had this problem with this car from day one.